Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a tarot friendship reading for Velvet members, Solji and Irene. This was requested to me in the comment section, so if you want me to read in the future for different kind of combos or friendships and individual readings as well, you can leave your recommendations in the comment section. So I'm going to start. First of all, I'm going to talk a bit about their energies. I believed that Irene is an Aries with a moon in Virgo because I had read for her in the past, and Solji is a double Aquarius. She has like a stellium in Aquarius, which is like the concentration of a lot of planets in one sign. In her case, it is in Aquarius, so we can take her energy as well. So I placed Solji on the left and Irene on the right. So let's start to read for them. Solji got the Eight of Wands, the High Priestess in reverse, and the Emperor. So just like in Aquarius stellium wood, there's a lot of movement here. There's a lot of creative process. There's like a lot of energy moving around, and I can see her like probably she's working a lot with her body. She's like probably like training a lot, or like doing a lot of exercise or a lot of dance practices. I think that her energy is all about moving forward. I believe that probably she went through a moment in the past where her energy was a bit stuck. I actually do not remember what her individual reading that I did for her was about, but I can definitely sense more freedom here and like more fluency when it comes to things and opportunities and events happening in her life, that she is like really like ready to go towards a new state. Because here with the High Priestess in reverse, definitely she doesn't want to be quote unquote hiding anymore. I don't think that it's about hiding, but you know that actually the High Priestess energy, it's all about, it talks a bit about secrecy, but not from this perception of I'm hiding something or I'm hiding myself from others. It's more about you being really in like a strong communion with yourself, and actually probably if you are very sensitive, or if you're doing a lot of inner work, or if you are very intuitive as well, you go through moments where you make the decision to protect yourself and to reclude yourself. And actually it's like you have a lot of knowledge and probably you have a lot of wisdom, but you just make the choice to not share it, to just remain silent, you know. And I think that this is something that had happened to her in the past, but now since this is in reverse, it seems like she wants to get out of this silence. She wants to share what she knows. She wants to keep practicing. She wants to keep this energy of hers, that it seems that it comes out very abruptly, you know, because the Eight of Wands is a very strong and abrupt energy. It also means like the arrival of news, or like a lot of new things and new events coming your way, but it's like you have the adaptability to go towards that change, you know. So I see her like really excited, like let's go, let's move on, let's get out of here. And also I think that it has to do with being true to herself. Probably if she had been feeling a bit more reserved about her circumstances, it's because she was protecting herself from something. So now she's like much more free, and she's like, okay, let's work my energy, because she does have a lot of energy. She does have a lot of potential. She also is very creative, so I don't know why she felt like she was stuck at some point, but probably has to do with a lot of like emotional uh, baggage or issues that she had in the past, and probably the fact that I don't know, and maybe if the group was the group in a kind of pause. I believe they were for a while. So I think that this time of resting, or this period of resting, probably had like taught her to be more calm, to connect more with herself. And now she is like, okay, like I want to be more active. Like I have a lot of energy, I have a lot of creativity. She is a very action orientated person, and I think that if she remains too still, or if she remains in one place, she just feels like she's not herself. She needs to move, she needs to work on her energy. And then here with the emperor, definitely she's like becoming coming to a period in her life where she's like owning her own power, where she's like, okay, I do not need anyone else. It's like she is like she's like trying to be more in control of her own assets, or of her own potential. I think that she feels more secure about who she is. And I think that if we have to see this as as an interpretation of how she feels for about Irene, I definitely see them like working together and like really like joining forces. But like I said, here with the priestess in reversed, definitely I think that they went for a moment where actually Solji remained silent to Irene, and I'm not saying like that from a place of like I'm not talking to you. I'm saying more like she reserved her opinion about something, or about Irene's situation, or Irene's persona. Is like she decided not to say anything, or not to give her perspective about this. And I think that this was actually for the best, because I think that she, because here with the with this age of ones, it was like if she said something to Irene, it would probably had been misinterpreted, because she would have like been like too blunt or honest about something. And I think that she just kept their opinion to herself, because she didn't want to be rude, because she knew what Irene was going through. So it's like she remained silent about her, like trying not to say anything, and probably I think that probably Irene was like the one who asked her what she thought about this, and she was like, I prefer not to say. And it's because of respect. It's because of respect. It's not about keeping a secret from Irene. I think that Irene understood what she meant. But it was it was because also Solji in that moment she was feeling also very emotional herself. So if she had said something, she would have said it from a place of exhaustion, a bit of frustration in her own life, and she didn't want to hurt Irene, so this is why she remained silent. But then here with the emperor, it means that she is really proud of where they are right now, and how stronger that had come out of this situation. I think that they definitely have like a more stable relationship, and they feel really proud and really energetic about their work, about their potential as artists. I think that they are trying to see that I think that it's meaningful. That I think that the last song that they released is called, I think it's the title song is called Queendom. And I think that this emperor here definitely is talking to me about this energy, about you feeling like the queen or the emperor of your life, like you owning your power, and you're being like, okay, this is our moment, let's shine, let's keep a stable success, and at the same time to be able to feel proud and to feel pride of everything that we had accomplished, and not to look back on past errors or mistakes or misunderstandings. So it's a very important moment for both of them, and the group as well. So in the case of Irene, I have the Queen of Pentacles, the Fool, and the Three of Swords. So in the case of Irene, definitely I can see her moon in Virgo here with the Queen of Pentacles. Irene is someone that is also very calculated. She is not someone, even though she is an Aries, she's someone that had learned as time passes by. She had learned by experience that she needs to be more organized and to know how to administrate her energy. And I think that this is what she's doing right now. She's connecting with a more stable side of herself, trying to be more rational, not to be so emotional or too passionate, because this can cause her trouble. So now she's with this Queen of Pentacles energy, she's like working a lot on herself. She's reflecting a lot. She's also being more observant and being more calculated about who she lets in her life and who she hangs out with. I think that this event that happened with her, this scandal, has also taught her to be more selective about who she lets into her life, or probably who her friends are, because she also was left in a place where there were a lot of people missing from her life, like a lot of people disappeared when she needed them. So she's like now like cutting a lot of old friendships or old connections, and she's starting over. And she's also getting rid of this feeling of feeling ashamed and feeling guilty. She's slowly like trying to be more understanding with herself and been trying to forgive herself, because I think that for a while she wasn't able to do this. And now she's like getting rid of all that guilt. But nevertheless, this is going to take a while, because we have the Three of Swords here. So the Three of Swords is sorrow. So she wants to heal. She wants to make a better image of herself. She definitely wants to show like a more positive side of herself. She's working on herself. So I think that it's important for the fans and for people that actually believe in her, that that she's working on herself, that she's maturing, and that at the same time she's acknowledging that she has a lot of things to work on, and that she's like committed to change and to evolve into a better version, and to also to be able to work more for the group as well. And when it comes to her perception or her relationship with Solji, I think that they had. She also learned to be more patient with Solji, and I think that this has to do with this attitude from Solji, from not saying what she really meant because she didn't want to hurt Irene's feelings. So I think that in this sense, I think that somehow Irene understood the signal, understood what she meant by this gesture. So she's like now becoming like um, more patient and understanding of Solji's behavior, because sometimes for Irene, or at least in the past, it wasn't easy to understand Solji's energy or Solji's actions, because there's something about Solji's energy that it's a bit like aloof, that it's a bit like, maybe it's because of all the Aquarius and air energy in her birth chart, that sometimes it seems like she's not present in the room, or sometimes it seems like she's always wanting to evade what's going on, and here when I saw the high priestess in reversed, I was like, oh yes, she's hiding herself, she's like, it's like she is involved in with the group dynamics, but she's not really there, she's like a ghost, um which is her own defense mechanism. Probably she's not really good at confrontations, or she doesn't like it, so she prefers to stay neutral, to stay invisible, so to say, or so to speak. um, but I think that definitely Irene has learned to not take this Solji's attitude, to not take it personally, because I think that at the beginning she did, but then she understood that she actually was feeling a bit like offended by this, but because she was hurt, because she was going through a hard time that had to do with her own actions. So she was like, okay, this is not Solchi's fault. If she doesn't want to talk about this, it's her decision. It's not about me, or it's not that she doesn't care about me. It's just that we are all hurt by this situation. And I think that this is where Irene actually learned to differentiate herself from the others. She, because I guess that maybe in the past for her it was like, oh, you are either with me or you are against me, something like that. She used to be very reactionary, very passionate. This is very Aries as well. This like the warrior or archetype. It's like you are my friend or you are my enemy, something like that. Something really dramatic. But I think that she had learned with the past of the time and experiences that she needs to connect more with her earth elements, with ground herself a bit more, and not to be so reactionary, or not to be so I wouldn't say dramatic, but it's more like being too emotional. She needs to be more observant and calculated, and at the same time to be more tolerant of other people's decisions, and to be respectful that everyone is dealing with their own stuff in their own way. Not everyone processes the events the same way. Sometimes this happens to Aries people, that sometimes they are so action orientated that whenever something new comes up, like an obstacle or something, they are like, okay, we need to do this something, we need to move on, we need to attack, we need to do this and this. And maybe for other signs, other energies, and other people's circumstances, it's like, no, we prefer not to take action, or we prefer to stay still, or we prefer to take time off. And sometimes for Aries people, it's really hard to be like, oh, so you are not coming with me? So you are not joining forces with me? Oh, so they get really agitated and angry and frustrated when people don't come along. But I think that in the case of definitely Irene, she's like away from that side of herself. She's no longer there. But I think that probably in the past she was. And she's trying to heal, and she's also taking responsibility. Um And then we have for the relationship as an overall, we have the 10 of, I'm sorry, the 7 of swords, the the 4 of wands in reverse, and the star. um Definitely there's still a lot of things that it's like they spend time together and they work together, but there are a lot of things that it's still they are not being able to talk about. I think that they haven't had the time to have like a real honest conversation. And I think that this doesn't have to do with their careers, or this doesn't have to do with Irene's scandal. This is more about their own relationship from the past. I think that this is something that we do not know about. What is it about? We do not know. Uh, but there are a lot of things that they are like, okay, let's not talk about it. Let's not discuss this. Today is not the right moment. So they are like postponing talking about certain matters from the past that probably could lead to someone getting hurt if the other person says what they really think. So there's a lot of like they are not lying to each other, but they are not being 100% honest as well. They are like being selective about what they want to share with each other and what they do not want to share. But maybe it's because they are sensing that they are growing, and they are like in a different stage in their life where it's normal that sometimes you are not that close with each other, or probably that your values change, or probably your ideals change, and what you want to aim in life changes. People change. So I think that and this is actually this doesn't mean that they do not get along. Actually, they do get along, because here we have the star card. So the star card, it means that probably their bond is a kind of soulmate. It's like they were meant to meet in this lifetime. They probably met in the prior lives of them, in previous lives. So they have a lot of learning and teaching to do to each other in this life. But they will go through moments of really being really close, and then moments where they are not 100% honest with each other. So because this 4 of wands in reverse, it's talking to me about actually them wanting to being able to celebrate together, and actually they are not being able to do it. So I think that this also has to do with the industry, and it has to do with probably them feeling like every success that they have with the group, that they cannot completely feel like they can celebrate it. Probably there's something about the management of the group, or there's something about the results of their work that they feel like it's not fluent enough. Probably there's a lot of insatisfaction when it comes to their work, when it comes to their results, when it comes to what they want. And I think that somehow they are tired, probably they have like a lot of restrictions, or there's a lot of disagreements, and probably these things that, like I mentioned, these things that are hidden, or these things that are not being said, probably has to do with the company, or it has to do with some relationships that they have within the company. Probably one of them is friends with someone and agrees with someone's actions that the other one doesn't like that person. It's something like that. It's not personal, but it somehow affects their interaction. This is why sometimes they are not really clear with each other. But it's like finishing the reading with the star card, definitely it's like the overall atmosphere of this is that they will be able to celebrate what they want to celebrate. It's just that it needs time, and at the same time, they need to learn from these uncertainty moments. It's like everything is part of a journey, and they are living in it, and they are learning from this. So this is not bad luck. This is not like a slump in a way. No, this is not obstacles. No, this is part of learning. And this also has to do with their own desires. Probably they want different things out of their careers, and they want different things, and they are probably considering it. They are considering, I don't know, doing solo stuff or doing some kind of deal. I don't know if they renewed their contract or if it is about time that they do it. But I think that probably the fact that they are not sharing that much information with each other maybe it has to do that they have like a project of their own, or there's something that they are hiding because they are not sure if the other person would understand. So we have to wait to see. But the relationship is really good. They definitely are in good terms right now. So yes, guys, this is all I have for Solji and Irene from Red Velvet. I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you did, please don't forget to give it a like. This would mean a lot to me, and it would help me to reach to much more people that can see my reading. So thank you so much for being here. Bye.